Hello, 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 hello. So, as you may be aware, I am coming to you live from the vehicle. Today was one of those days where I didn't make it back to my studio to get things popping. So, I thought this would be very apropos for our segment on Wishes for the World. So, as I am making it in to my studio, I just wanted to share my drive. So looky here, looky here, looky here. Now, of course, LA has always been known for its traffic and how people drive and whatnot. And while it is true, every day we out here doing what we have to do. So I wanted to go into some more things, semantics, maybe truth. Some say reality. We don't know yet. And what it is regarding the statements and the news that was made about how people in the government system are trying to make us get our food from one source. Now, I don't know. I had a little trouble on the looking up of this information and trying to verify its validity. However, I wouldn't put it past anyone. Now, from conversations that I've had with others in my Uber, there were different people stating different things based on many things. And one of them was how our vegetation, not sure about the meat, but vegetation and fruit, produce basically, they wanted to grow in one place and make it be a source of food that we get from one place. And I'm just saying, when it comes down to being corralled to do anything, I get quite pissed off. I don't like I hate the airport for the fact that they try to corral you and make you do what they want you to do, when they want you to do it, and how they want you to look at this food. See, this is what I don't like about LA drivers. They're inconsiderate. At least he had his signal on. But the reality is, it's like you don't, they don't, the concept of distance and all of that, it's everywhere. But the people that drive like that, I'm letting y'all know, I'm putting you on blast. Y'all inconsiderate, disrespectful, and just right down rude. When you're driving, don't sit here and make a decision that you're going to take place in my lane and try to kill everybody in my vehicle. Go kill your damn self on another lane. Crazy thing. Anyway, Lord have mercy. I just been out here since 3 a.m., but I'm on my way, like I said, to my studio. And I apologize, people, but something about the road gets on my nerves with these people, the way they drive. And part of me, this is, ties into our topics and whatnot, is just being appreciative of those who appreciate me and basically making sure that, I'm considerate to the people that are out here and making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do, practice my morals and values. But some of them don't get it because the bottom line is, people do enter LA from different countries and whatnot, and their legal system is not as stringent because they don't have the right uh, amount of resources to assist them with enforcing violations. So some things go to the wayside. Traffic is one of them, driving is one of them in some countries. But with all that being said, let's get back to the ideology of our government, if it's coming from them, or media, or whoever it is that's saying that we should have one source of vegetation. Now, mind y'all, this is just a bridge to get me onto the highway to get me to the studio. So it's backed all the way up to the next highway because of people do idiotic stuff, get into wrecks, craziness. Anyway, I think that that is the most asinine thing that I've ever heard of in my life. You gonna go and tell me that I have to buy my my uh, my I guess that's fruits and vegetables from one person? Are you kidding me? it's going to look like this damn traffic in LA. People trying to get a tomato, people trying to get a head of lettuce, a bag of lettuce. The conveniences that we have right now are ridiculous. Look at how much eggs cost, y'all. Now, I eat Eggland best, and brown eggs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm bougie. But it's crazy. Okay, look at the traffic. Look at it. Y'all see it? High and low. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But anyway, this is LA, folks. Welcome to LA. But anyway, with all that being said, I have certain things that I want. Now, I feel like if we don't speak up as individuals and as people, then we are not going to get any type of results. We're not going to get the results that we need, that we deserve, that we should have based on what's going on. But look at the traffic. Cray, cray, for the real, not to play. And it's only 407. That one highway is going out of town, and this one's going into town because everybody must be off. But anyway, I'm going to put y'all back on the little stand because the other thing that's going on is the nosy ass people around me. Get out of my car. Ain't got nothing to do with you over here. This is my business. Okay? Okay. Go on, Henry. But anyway, so with that being said, it's about the whole fact that you all of us have to speak up about this kind of crap. You're not going to tell me what I can eat, who I can eat it, who I can buy it from, and when I can eat it. That's ridiculous. I'll move to another country before I put up that mess. And I'm just one person. Nobody cares in terms of that. But reality check, we all have a voice. And so when we talk about our world, what is it that we're doing individually, as a group, as a people, as a culture, to make sure that our privacy, our rights, the ability to make decisions are not being invaded by congressional decisions based on whatever money they stand to gain from this crap. I think it's ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. But with all that being said, there is a pattern that we seem to be having in these current states. Um, the days that we're actually in, and what my point is going back to COVID. Okay, it's almost like when you learn a new skill and you start putting things into that new skill that make it your own customization, then you realize, okay, I can do it this way, I can go up, I can go down, I can move over to the left, whatever. That's the same way our government is doing based on the statistical facts that they had with COVID. Now, granted, COVID became realer than we could imagine, and probably more real than they anticipated, because they created a monster that they couldn't control. And whoever they are, that's who I'm talking about. But with that being said, let's talk about COVID. During COVID, we had deaths and sicknesses in the millions. Okay? The millions. And it might have been, you know, way more than a million. I'm not sure if you add them together. However, statistics can't even be trusted once we discovered and were told that there were people coming into the hospitals. And of course, y'all know I work in healthcare IT, so this comes directly from nurses and people that actually work in the hospital. It don't matter what the news said. This is people working in the hospital who are being told to do this crap at the time. You know, there was all a scam when basically people were coming in and maybe they had, some other type of ailment, and if they died, their information and statistics, data, all of that was changed to reveal that they had COVID to boost up numbers so people could get these kickbacks in those facilities. So when we talk about COVID during the time of COVID, and there were so many uncertainties, and we had no clue as to what was going to transpire, and you know, we didn't want to leave our house. We didn't want to go do anything that had anything to do with anybody else, because we were just sure that if we did, somebody that we knew, even ourselves, were going to pass. Okay, look at this car. Don't want to move because they don't want. They were doing that stupid stuff. Like cars are people. Ugh. Anyway, with all that being said, here's the reality check. The reality check is we had millions of deaths that happened during COVID. Once COVID, got ended, or there wasn't as many statistics going on with that, there came to be like 12 to 20,000 deaths. So it went down from millions to thousands. And so here's the thing. Okay, let's say that maybe um, it just there was education that was making people a little bit more aware. But to me, it wasn't the education that made people aware that brought the numbers down. It was the fact that, again, officials out here in these United States wanted you to believe that this shot was actually reducing the COVID numbers, when in actuality, they were no longer inflating those numbers. And so, because they were no longer inflating those numbers, we had a whole difference in them. Excuse me. My allergies have been so bad. It's just annoying. So that's some of the things that we need to, I feel like as a people, this is old news, yes, but at the same time, it's the tactic that I'm talking about. Remember when I made reference to the fact that you have learned a new skill set. Hold on, y'all. You learn a new skill set, and once you have made arrangements or you've made accommodations to incorporate your own customizations, that's because now you're familiar with what you're doing. You're able to complete a task in a quicker manner, and you're able to get people in your office to understand and believe that you know what's going on. Same concept with this whole situation in the world. Now that the powers that be have decided and discovered that you and me and others in our world have converted so quickly into doing what they want us to do, it is no longer a new experiment. It is a old experiment with new values being added. And value not meaning in a good way, value meaning, you know, the concept of math. If we're talking about math, is a value is part of an equation that is being solved. So now that they have added new values, they are adding these new values because they believe the average American has no common sense, and they can trick them or fool them into doing whatever it is that they need them to do so that they can actually complete these things that they are trying to do, like make us eat, the vegetation that somebody plants in a field that person bought, or in a on a farm that one man has purchased. One of the things that I can't understand about our culture and our species is, if you're a human being who thinks that you can, it's always the same concept, that the person that is out here doing these things are the ones trying to be the one and only ruler of the whole wide world, and to get people to follow under their tutelage and under the way that they want us to live, eat, breathe, shit, drink, all that. Okay, so you got this one individual who thinks that they can get us to be these people that are not investigating things to the degree of us being more educated, to prevent us from falling in a swamp of lies and buffoonery. So I would just implore you all, my fair people, on the Dina Marie Live podcast, viewers, watchers, you stroll by, scrollers, not strollers, but scrollers that scroll by and want to see what I'm talking about, leave a comment, like and subscribe as well, please, and leave a comment, because I want to hear what your thoughts are. And when I see that I have lots of comments in my YouTube, these all the comments that most of you are leaving flow into YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. And typically I am on Instagram, but I'm going to have to upload this particular video to Instagram because normally I use my phone for Instagram Live. But since I'm out and about, I had to use my phone for the YouTube stream and the Facebook and Twitter because they actually come from one dashboard, fortunately. So with all that being said, I will upload this to Instagram, but please, be a little bit more proactive with me in my lives and let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, it is what it is. We're all learning. We're all trying to support one another. I know that there's some very intelligent individuals in our world, and we need to exhibit that ability so that we're not taken by those who are trying to monopolize and control our world into thinking that we're idiots because we're not. And I just feel like even with this whole concept, oh God, our economy is suffering. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh my gosh, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Boom, boom, boom. Well, reality check, yet again, we have been drawn to be back into this whole uh, uh, media frenzy that creates all of this stuff. So therefore, and thus, we are out here believing it. Ain't nobody doing no fact checks to make sure because and this reminds me of how years ago, um, we most people were being accused in the African American culture of not reading anything. So because they felt that we wasn't reading stuff, you know what I'm saying? It created a frenzy that made it seem like whoever the powers that be are were getting away with certain things that would entail an individual to read it. And because, or if the person didn't read it, they could say, oh, well, we put it in writing and you didn't read it, taking the accountability away for people to actually explain something to you, do their job and explain stuff to us. So instead, they're not explaining anything to us, you know. So, anyway, I just want to get your opinions. Please like and subscribe. I am going to go and set up in my studio, and I will be back with our trending topics at 4:30. I love you guys. Thank you.